Hi everybody, I'm Jack, and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. Well, it's Sunday afternoon, about 3 o'clock, and I'm just relaxing, kicking it here in the hotel room. Had a great lunch, walked around out in Seaside, and just needed to take a little break, get out of that heat, get out of the bright sun, and just relax a little bit. And I realized I hadn't done the video for the day yet, and the time was slipping away, so better go ahead and do this one. I want to talk today about going raw vegan, what to expect. I do videos every day, so if you're not already subscribed to the channel, I'd appreciate it if you take the time and hit that subscribe button. Click on the little bell and check send notifications so you'll stay subscribed to the channel. What to expect, what to expect. All right. Well, let's see here. I've got good news and I've got bad news. Which do you want first? Let's go with the bad news first. Although it's not really bad news. Don't get upset, don't get frustrated, anxious before you even get started, because the bad news is very mild compared to what the good news is going to be. But to begin with, you're going to have possible detox symptoms. Everybody, people do this all the time. It's almost like you just see it constantly, week after week, day after day, because everybody's at a different place on their journey. And it seems like somebody is just starting out on their journey every week. And by the way, be patient with those folks. Sometimes I'm even probably guilty of that. We all started somewhere, so let's help each other out. Let's encourage each other along the way. Let's support each other along the way, and try to bring everybody up with us. But the first thing is yes, you may not feel great immediately just because you're eating healthy. You're going to have possible detox symptoms. In fact, most people are going to have some sort of detox symptoms. It just depends on how severe. Some people more than others. Every single week you see it, somebody, they've eaten raw vegan for 3 days or maybe even just a week, and they're like, well, I've eaten raw vegan for a week and I'm not seeing the results. Well, you got to have a little bit of patience. How long did you live the other way? How long did you eat a standard American diet? How long did you smoke cigarettes, drink alcohol? How long, what toxic situations have you been in? So you can't just expect that, bing, bang, boom, you're going to eat raw food, even the best of the best, for 1 week, and all of a sudden the body's going to be corrected. So you're going to have possible detox symptoms. Detox symptoms can come in the form of headaches. They can come in the form of nausea. They can come in sometimes the digestion gets bad before it gets good. Just lots of like bad taste in your mouth, like furry tongue. I'm just trying to think of all the possible detox symptoms out there. You might not get that energy in the beginning. Your skin might get worse in the beginning because your skin is the largest organ in your body. And as you start, basically what you're doing when you stop putting the bad stuff in your body and you start feeding your body with good things, but it's more what you're leaving out of your body starts detoxing. Now, our body detoxes all the time, so you guys know I'm not real on all the detox stuff about specific things. Our body's just naturally detoxing, and it detoxes even better if we get out of the way. And our skin's the largest organ in the body, so it's not uncommon when you start eating better to see skin eruptions, bad places, what have you. You're going to have another thing to expect. You're going to have lots of confusion because you're going to hear me say one thing, you're going to hear another person say another thing. You're going to hear all these people say conflicting things. Listen to them all, use your intuition, do your own research, and just wade through the stuff. But don't worry about being confused. You're supposed to be confused. It's new to you, and there's a lot to take in. Which comes down to, if you kind of associated with the first two, there's going to be lots of doubt, because when you start having those detox symptoms and you feel bad, I hear it all the time. Well, I just don't know. I don't know about this. I think I'm just going to go back to the way I was eating because I feel worse. This is supposed to make me feel better, and I feel worse. You're going to have all kind of doubts in the beginning. You might have all kind of doubts the first year. But I would just say, keep yourself motivated. Look at the people that have truly had results. Focus on their process. if you see people that you like what they've gotten, try to emulate what they're doing. But you're going to have a lot of doubts, and it's going to take you enough. And the next thing I want to talk about is it's going to take you time to learn how to eat enough fruits and vegetables. I know that sounds odd, and you're probably going, what the hell is he talking about there? But or maybe not teach yourself, but maybe just like let your stomach become conditioned, let your body become conditioned to eating that. Because people see the amount of bananas, like sometimes we'll put in a smoothie or we'll eat it one time, or the amount of bananas and fruit that we eat during the day, and they're like, oh my God, I could never do that. Well, I couldn't in the beginning either. I remember, when I first got started on this lifestyle, sometimes I remember that probably the first day that I ate 5 or 6 or 7 bananas, and I was like, oh my God, I ate like 7 bananas today. I was just like, thought that was the craziest thing in the world. But your stomach adjusts, and you learn, and you kind of get in a rhythm with your body. You learn, like, if you don't eat enough food, your weight will go down on this lifestyle, and you won't get the nutrients you need on this lifestyle. So, just kind of keep learning, plugging away with it. Eating a solid amount. Don't ever restrict, and you're going to learn. Your stomach will stretch. You'll get to where you can eat the amount of food you need on this lifestyle. Now, for the good news, you can expect your energy to go through the roof. One of the reasons that so many people come to this lifestyle, I've heard this one's over and over and over. I'm so sick and tired of being sick and tired. Well, they're tired of being sick, but most people are just tired of being tired. People 10 years younger than me that are like grandparents, man. They're like, not literally physically having grandchildren, but, like Granny and Grandpa. They can't even, they're just so tired. They're so beat down all the time. And, some people have a tough life, or they work a lot or whatever, but some people just have no energy level, and it comes by what they're eating. When you start eating these fruits and vegetables, especially when you get through a little bit of the initial period, a couple or 3 weeks, maybe a month of getting the bad stuff out and putting good stuff in, you're going to have energy that you cannot even comprehend until you feel it. I know that was how it was for me, and I know that's the experience of most people I've talked to. Better digestion, without a doubt. I can't even tell you how good my digestion is compared to what it was before. And my digestion I wasn't one of those with like really bad digestion before. I would say for the average standard American diet eater that I had pretty good digestion going into this lifestyle, but it's just absolutely flawless now. And I've even learned, like, by the kind of raw food I'm eating and how I'm structuring my weeks, my days, and going through different periods, I can totally tell how almost everything that I put into my body affects, whether it was slowing down my digestion or keeping everything moving smoothly. And yeah, it is just like, I couldn't even be happier about that. And of course, like I say, you might have to go through the bad first, but you're going to come out on the other side with better skin. I've seen, you can search things. Anything you want to find out, you can just play around and search terms. If you want to see examples of it, go to YouTube and just search terms. Search raw vegan skin, raw vegan bad skin, raw vegan better skin, improved skin. You get the idea. And just look at the amount of people that had really, really bad problems with their skin that have beautiful, flawless complexions now. There's too much proof out there for the lifestyle. People want to argue, and I'm not going to get into arguing about whether you've got to be fully raw or not. There's so much advantage just eating a plant-based diet with a lot of fruit in it. But the proof is out there. The proof is out there, and there's the proof out there. Some people say, well, they'll bring up bad examples. Oh yeah, there's a lot of examples of people out there that are raw vegan that are not very good examples for you because they just don't eat very well. To be honest, they are technically raw vegan. They may be fully raw vegan, but I see eating all the time that, once again, it's not so much I'm trying to judge, but I just, from what I know, I'm like, okay, well, if you're not eating properly on the raw vegan diet and then you're not getting the results, well, then they're bitter and they come out and it's all about the raw vegan. This raw vegan lifestyle doesn't work. Well, no, just because you eat raw vegan doesn't mean you're going to get you know, all the benefits of it. Just because you get what I'm saying here, just because you eat raw vegan, there's still work to be done. There's things to learn, you know. There's a lot of nutrients we need to get, so we need to eat a wide variety of things. We need to eat an adequate amount of food for our activity level, and we need to be active, because if we're not active, our body doesn't want as much food, and if we're eating less food, that means we're taking in less nutrients. So anyhow, one thing I can tell you, you're not going to be disappointed. Listen, I've done it all. At 53 years old, I've done dirty as hell, clean as hell, and everything in between. I was a standard American diet eater, ate lots of meat, loved my cheese, drank like fish, smoked cigarettes, all these things. And I've also not just lived like super bad. I've kind of lived clean bad, if that's a terminology, you know, where you lived a little bit cleaner on the somewhat standard American diet, with taking the skin off of chicken breast and eating steamed vegetables and just having this and not doing that. So I've been, you know, because people come with that sometimes too. It's like, well, you don't have to be one extreme or the other. You can be somewhere in between. I never got the results. I could sometimes get the physical body, like I could be in the gym and I could be all jacked and stuff when I was eating kind of clean, dirty. But I didn't have those benefits. I didn't have that digestion. I didn't have that energy level that I do eating the raw foods that I do now, and eating a large amount of fruit. That just works for me. You know, whether you eat cooked, whether you don't eat cooked. When I do eat cooked, it's very seldom, and it's generally at night. I've got to rock all through my days on fruit or fruit and greens smoothies, because that's where I just get that energy from. So anyhow, if you give this lifestyle a legitimate shot, you know, you give it some time, and you actually work at it, try to learn, try to do it the correct way, you're going to get the benefits. There's just no doubt. So anyhow, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Love you guys. Peace.